You ever notice how people only start paying attention when things go wrong? Oh, when life is smooth, when the road is clear, when everything is just fine, nobody listens, nobody stops, nobody thinks. They just keep moving, head down, lost in the noise. But the moment something cracks, the moment the walls start closing in, then they start looking for signs. People like to think life is just a straight line, a nice little path that takes them exactly where they want to go. They've got it all mapped out in their heads. This is how it's supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to have. This is where I'm supposed to end up. But then something happens, something breaks. The plan doesn't go as planned. The road isn't as smooth as they thought, and suddenly they don't know what to do. That's when the panic sets in. That's when people start running around looking for answers, looking for some way to fix what they think is falling apart. But here's the funny part. They don't realize that the disruption is the answer. It's the warning. It's the sign. It's the thing they've been ignoring for far too long, finally forcing its way into their perfect little world. Because life doesn't tap you on the shoulder and politely ask if you'd like to change. No. Life shakes you. It flips the table, knocks over the pieces, makes a mess of everything you thought you had under control. And most people, they think that means something's wrong. See, people love comfort. They love predictability. They love the idea that if they just follow the rules, if they just do everything right, then nothing bad will ever happen to them. But that's the lie, isn't it? Because comfort doesn't mean safe. It doesn't mean good. It just means familiar. And sometimes the worst thing that can happen to a person is staying in a place they were never meant to be. But they won't leave. No, they'll cling to it, even if it's toxic, even if it's killing them. Even if every part of them is screaming that they need to move, to change, to let go. So what happens? Life steps in. Life does what they refuse to do. And when that happens, it's never quiet. It's never neat. It's never convenient. No, it's a mess. A glorious, chaotic, gut-wrenching mess. Things fall apart, jobs are lost, relationships end, plans collapse. And in that moment, most people think, why is this happening to me? But that's the wrong question. The real question is, why did it take this much for me to finally pay attention? Because the truth is, the warning signs were there long before the explosion, the little cracks, the little nudges, the little moments where something didn't feel right, but they ignored them. Because that's what people do. They ignore the whispers until life has to start screaming. It's a funny thing, really. People pray for direction, for guidance, for clarity. They ask for signs. But when those signs come in the form of things breaking, they don't see it for what it is. They don't recognize that the disruption is the very thing they needed. They just see loss. They just see pain. They just see chaos. But what they don't see is that sometimes the only way to get people to move is to push them. The only way to wake them up is to shake them. The only way to show them what they refuse to see is to take away what they think they can't live without. But no, people don't like that answer. They don't like the idea that the thing They're crying over the thing they're desperate to fix is actually saving them. They want comfort, not chaos. They want progress without pain. They want change without loss. But that's not how this works, is it? Because nothing new can begin until the old is destroyed. Nothing great can happen until the wrong thing is removed. But people don't like losing control. They don't like feeling powerless. So they fight it, they resist, they do everything they can to hold on to what's already gone. That's the real tragedy. Not that things fall apart, but that people waste so much time trying to put them back together instead of seeing what's ahead. Instead of realizing that maybe, just maybe, things fell apart because they were never meant to stay together in the first place. You ever feel that constant nagging itch in your gut? That restless flutter that just won't let you be? As if your soul itself is trying to break free from the chains of routine. It's not your mind playing tricks on you. Oh no. It's a wild, untamed warning that something big is about to happen, something that you've been running from for far too long. That uneasy feeling isn't a random quirk of fate. It's a message, a raw push from the very edges of your existence, telling you that change is coming whether you like it or not. It's the universe's way of shaking you out of the complacency you so desperately cling to, a reminder that the life you're living is nothing more than a stale script, waiting for a complete rewrite. There you are, stuck in the same old patterns, doing the same old things, comforted by the illusion of normalcy, while deep down a storm is gathering. That restless energy isn't a curse. It's a sign that the familiar is about to crumble and make way for something unpredictable, something you've been avoiding because it scares you more than you care to admit. It's that inner voice that murmurs in the dead of night, urging you to break out of the mold, to step off the well-trodden path and dive headfirst into chaos and possibility. And oh, the irony of it all. You try to silence that voice with distractions, with routines, with the heavy burden of habit. But the more you try to ignore it, the louder it becomes, until you're left with no choice but to face it, to confront the very change you've been denying. That restlessness is like a fire burning inside, a spark that refuses to be smothered by the mundane. It's the raw energy that shatters the comfortable illusions of safety, forcing you to question everything you thought was set in stone. You see, most people think that if everything seems to be going fine, then there's no need for change. But that's where they're wrong, because the very absence of chaos is a sign that life is hiding something. That beneath the surface of ordinary days lies the potential for a revolution of the soul. That churning, unsettled feeling in your belly isn't a symptom of failure. It's a signal that the old ways have outlived their welcome and that something new is itching to take shape. And oh, how deliciously cruel it is that while most of you are busy clinging to the safety of what you know, that inner restlessness is gearing up to rip open the seams of your carefully constructed world. It's like the universe is saying, "You think you've got it all figured out? Let's see how long you can keep up this little charade." Every moment of disquiet is a drumbeat announcing that the status quo is about to be dismantled. piece by piece, leaving you exposed, vulnerable and terrified, but also, if you're brave enough, strangely alive. That relentless agitation forces you to step out from behind the mask of routine and stare into the mirror of possibility, where every crack in your facade reveals a hidden truth you've long suppressed. While most people shudder at the thought of change and scramble to keep things as they are, that restless energy is your invitation to transformation, your personal wake-up call to the fact that you were meant for something far greater than mediocrity. It's the discomfort that prods you into action, that pushes you out of your comfort zone into a realm where every moment is charged with uncertainty and potential. Instead of running away from that feeling, imagine embracing it, letting it drive you to shatter old limitations, to question every truth you've accepted without a second thought. That inner turmoil is not a sign of weakness, but the herald of evolution, urging you to rewrite the rules of your existence in bold, uncharted strokes. So when that restlessness creeps up on you, that undeniable push that makes your heart race and your mind spin, don't dismiss it as mere anxiety or momentary discomfort. Recognize it for what it is, a vivid, undeniable message from the depths of your soul that the time for change has come. Whether you're ready or not, whether you like it or not, that destiny is clawing at the door of your complacency, demanding you open up to the possibility of something raw, unpredictable, and utterly transformative. You ever notice how life has a funny way of repeating itself? Like a twisted little joke that just keeps playing over and over. Same people, different faces, same problems, different setting. You think you've moved on, that you're in a whole new chapter, and then boom, you're right back where you started. It's almost like someone up there is trying to tell you something, but oh, you're not listening, are you? Most people don't. They call it bad luck, they call it coincidence. They shrug it off and move along, thinking it's just one of those things. But there are no coincidences, not in a world that thrives on patterns. Life doesn't just throw the same situations at you for fun. It's a test, a lesson, a message written in bold, flashing lights, screaming at you to pay attention. But people, they don't like to learn. They don't like to see that the reason the same things keep happening is because they haven't changed. Because they keep making the same choices, walking the same paths, falling into the same traps. And the worst part? They blame everything except themselves. See, life has this charming little way of making sure you get the message. It starts small, just a whisper, a little nudge, a feeling in your gut, a red flag, a soft warning that maybe, just maybe, you're heading in the wrong direction. But people, they ignore it. They convince themselves it's nothing. So life, well, it turns up the volume. The signs get bigger, the warnings get louder, things start going wrong in ways you can't explain. And yet there you are, still pretending it's all just bad luck. And then, bam, life pulls the rug out from under you. Everything crashes. You lose the job, the relationship shatters, the plan falls apart, and now you're listening, aren't you? Now you're looking around, wondering what went wrong, searching for answers. But the answer was always there. It was in every little moment you ignored. every lesson you refuse to learn, every red flag you justified. Because life doesn't move forward until you do. It will keep dragging you through the same storm over and over until you finally wake up and realize the problem isn't the world. It's you. People love to act surprised when history repeats itself. They shake their heads, say, "Why does this keep happening to me?" But deep down, they know. They just don't want to face it. Because facing it means admitting that the only way out is through change. And change? Oh, change is ugly. Change means breaking old habits, letting go of people who feel comfortable but are toxic, stepping into a world where nothing is guaranteed, and that terrifies people more than staying stuck in misery. So instead, they pretend. They convince themselves that this time it'll be different, even though they haven't done anything different. They go right back into the same bad relationships, take the same shortcuts, make the same choices, and expect a miracle. But life doesn't work like that. You don't get a new ending if you keep reading the same chapter. You don't get a fresh start if you refuse to burn the old script. But oh, people love their illusions. They love to think that one day, somehow, things will magically change for them without them having to do any of the work. That's why life has to keep hitting them harder. That's why the lessons get more painful, the patterns more obvious. Because if you won't learn through whispers, life will teach you through wreckage. If you won't listen when it's soft, it will make sure you hear it when it's screaming. And by then, it's already too late. The damage is done. The lesson is carved into your bones. And only then do you finally realize that maybe, just maybe, this was never a coincidence at all. Funny thing about people, they love comfort. Oh, they adore it. They wrap themselves in it like a warm little blanket, convincing themselves that if they just stay still, stay safe, stay inside the little world they built, everything will be just fine. No risks, no pain, no unexpected twists. But life has a sense of humor, and it just loves to watch you squirm. So one day, out of nowhere, everything starts falling apart. The job you thought was secure suddenly isn't. The people you trusted start acting different. The plans you were so sure of, poof, gone. And now, you're panicking, aren't you? Running around, trying to fix things, trying to hold on to the way things were, desperately trying to keep that little world from crumbling. But the more you fight, the worse it gets. The tighter you hold on, the faster it slips through your fingers. Because this isn't an accident. This isn't some random streak of bad luck. This is life forcing you to move. See, when you refuse to step forward, life shoves you. When you ignore all the signs, all the gut feelings, all the whispers telling you that you were meant for more, life takes matters into its own hands. It starts shaking things up. It removes the distractions. It clears the path. But not in the way you wanted. No. It doesn't do it gently. It rips things away. Because if you won't let go willingly, life will make sure you have to. And oh, how cruel it seems at first. You sit there, drowning in confusion, wondering why everything is breaking all at once. You curse the sky, the universe, God, whatever you think is in charge. You ask, why is this happening to me? But deep down, you know, you just don't want to admit it. 'Cause you felt it, didn't you? That restless itch, that quiet discomfort, that feeling in your gut that told you something wasn't right, that you were outgrowing the life you were in. But you ignored it. You told yourself it was fine. You buried it under routine, under comfort, under the illusion of stability. So life had to do what you wouldn't. It had to take away everything holding you back. The job, the people, the habits, the lies. And not because it wanted to hurt you, oh no, but because you refused to move until you had no other choice. But the problem with people? Oh, they fight it. They spend all their energy trying to rebuild what was already meant to be destroyed. They cry over the pieces instead of seeing the space that's finally been cleared. They hold on to ghosts, memories, things that were never meant to last. And that is where the real suffering begins. They failed to let go. Most people didn't see it at first. They too busy mourning the life they thought they wanted. 2 clicks on even too practical was back to understand how they were clinging to was never really right for them. That the people who left, the doors that closed, the things they lost, it wasn't punishment. It was a rescue mission, because if life had let them stay where they were, if nothing had fallen apart, they would have rotted there. They would have stayed stuck in a world that wasn't meant for them, in a life far too small for who they were meant to be. That's the part people don't understand. Life doesn't take things away to hurt you. It takes things away to free you. It breaks things apart so you can see what was really holding you back. It makes you uncomfortable so you finally move. And until you understand that, until you stop fighting and start trusting, you'll keep making the same mistake, clutching over ruins, crying over endings, missing the fact that this wasn't a tragedy. It was a beginning. You ever notice how people love to talk about faith? Oh, they love it. They wear it like a badge, like a shield, like some kind of invisible armor that's supposed to protect them from anything bad ever happening. They'll say things like, I trust the plan, I believe in the timing, I know things will work out. And oh, it sounds so nice, doesn't it? So neat, so pretty. But here's the fun part. Watch what happens when life starts testing that little faith of theirs. Watch what happens when things don't go their way, when the prayers don't get answered, when everything starts to fall apart. Poof, that faith gone, just like that. See, it's easy to have faith when everything is going well. When the money's flowing, when the relationships are smooth, when the sun is shining and the birds are singing. Oh, anyone can have faith then. But faith doesn't mean a thing when it's comfortable. It's not real until it's all you have left. And that's where most people break. That's where they start panicking, doubting, questioning everything they once believed. They ask, why is this happening to me? I thought I was doing everything right. I thought I was on the right path. But what they don't realize, what they never realize, is that the test isn't in what they lost. It's in how they react to losing it. People think faith is supposed to be this magic little safety net. They think if they believe hard enough, they won't have to struggle, won't have to feel pain, won't have to watch things fall apart. But that's not faith. That's a bargain. That's a deal they made in their own heads. I'll believe as long as things go my way, and the second they don't, suddenly all that trust, all that belief, it vanishes. But that's not how this game works. Faith isn't about having answers. It's about holding on when there are none. And that's exactly why life tests people the way it does. That's why, right when they think they have everything figured out, bam! The rug gets pulled, the job disappears, the people leave, the plans fall apart, and they're left standing there staring at the wreckage, feeling abandoned, betrayed, lost. They start screaming at the sky, demanding to know why, but the real question isn't why, it's what now? Because this is where real faith is built. Not in the good times, not when things are easy, but in the moments when there's nothing left to hold on to but the belief that somehow, some way, this isn't the end of the story. Most people don't get that. They think setbacks mean punishment, that delays mean reject. That if something didn't work out, it must mean they were never supposed to have it. But what they don't understand is that sometimes the wait is the blessing. Sometimes the closed doors are protection. Sometimes the storm that wrecked everything was the very thing that saved them. But they don't see that in the moment. Oh no, in the moment all they see is loss, all they feel is fear. And instead of trusting, they start fighting. They start forcing things that aren't meant to be. They start grasping at anything just to feel in control again. And that's where they really lose. Because faith isn't about controlling the outcome, it's about surrendering to it. It's about knowing that even when things don't make sense, even when everything is uncertain, even when the plan seems to be falling apart, there is still a plan. It's about understanding that just because you don't see the way forward doesn't mean there isn't one. But people, oh, they hate that. They want guarantees, they want clear answers, they want a roadmap with every little step laid out in front of them. And when they don't get that, they panic, they doubt, they quit. But here's the thing, when life tests you, it's not to destroy you, it's to prove you. It's to strip away the illusions, to break the parts of you that can't go where you're meant to be. It's to teach you how to trust in something bigger than yourself. And until you learn that, until you stop fighting and start trusting, you'll keep facing the same test over and over until you finally understand that faith isn't about getting what you want. It's about believing that even in the chaos, even in the pain, even when everything is uncertain, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. You ever notice how people beg for change, but the second it starts happening, they panic? Oh, they'll pray, they'll dream, they'll wish for something bigger, something better. They'll sit there staring at the sky, whispering, "Please send me a sign, show me the way." But the second life starts moving things around, the second things get a little uncomfortable, oh, now it's a problem, now it's unfair. Now they're crying, "Why me? Why now?" Like they didn't ask for this in the first place. See, here's the part people don't understand. When you ask for something big, life doesn't hand it to you on a silver platter. No, no, no. That's not how this game works. You ask for strength, you're gonna get tested. You ask for wisdom, you're gonna get lessons, painful ones. You ask for a new path, well, get ready, because life is about to bulldoze the old one. But people, oh, they don't like that. They just want the reward, not the work. The result, not the process. They want to wake up one day and poof, everything is perfect. But that's not how growth works. You don't just become the person you're meant to be. You get shaped into them. And shaping, oh, it hurts. People talk about purpose like it's this shiny little thing, like it's just waiting out there for them to find it. But purpose isn't found, it's forged. And the forge, oh, it burns. It melts away the old parts of you, the weak parts, the fearful parts, the parts that can't handle what you're asking for, and that's where people start to break, because they don't want to lose anything. They don't want to change, they just want to stay the same and somehow step into a brand new life. But you can't take the old you into a new story. It doesn't fit. And if you try, well, that's when things start falling apart. People love to say they trust the process until the process hurts. Then suddenly it's not fair. Then suddenly they're looking for shortcuts, trying to escape the very thing they needed to go through. They run from the lessons, from the discomfort, from the very situations that are designed to shape them. And in doing that, they delay everything. They get stuck in the same cycles, the same struggles over and over and over again, wondering why nothing's changing. But it's not that life isn't moving, it's that they refuse to. Oh, and here's the real kicker. Life doesn't stop until you learn what it's trying to teach you. You can fight it, you can resist, you can cry about it all you want, but the same lessons are going to keep showing up, just in different disguises. Different people, different jobs, different circumstances, but the same test. And until you stop fighting and start learning, until you stop asking, why is this happening to me, and start asking, what is this trying to teach me, you'll stay stuck. Because you can't move forward until you become the person who can handle what's ahead. And that is where most people fail. They think the pain is proof that something's wrong, when really it's proof that something is changing. They think the struggle means they're lost, when really it means they're becoming God. But they can't see that in the moment. Oh no, in the moment all they see is chaos. All they feel is fear. And instead of embracing it, instead of walking through it, they run. They retreat back to what's comfortable, back to what's safe, back to the version of themselves that wasn't strong enough, wasn't wise enough, wasn't ready. And then, well, then they wonder why they keep ending up right back where they started. Because here's the truth people don't like to hear. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. If things feel easy, you're not being shaped.